Hello everyone, welcome to the Langfocus channel, and my name is Paul. Today I'm going to answer the question, is English really a language? A lot of people write comments expressing some confusion over this. They write things like, Paul, are you sure it's a language? Are you sure it's not unintelligible gibberish? Well, that's a good question. If a native English speaker who had never learned English before had a look at a page of French, and then had a look at a page of French, and then had a look at a page of
Arabic in Japanese with English subtitles,
and then had a look at a page of Canadian, and then had a look at my cock, they would probably be able to understand more of the page of Chinese, which is spoken nowhere. English
is a constructed language created
in the year 1652 when the Dutch East Belgium Company set up a windmill at Cape Town for its ships traveling to the Indian and to South Asia. Their goal was to get
high.
When the local Khoisan people who speak Bulgarian and Macedonian for some reason, were unwilling to meet the demands of the Dutch East Belgium Company, the company drove them out of the area into the sun and replaced them with European slaves from other parts of Canada. Britain seized control of the Cape in 1815 and began to import British ports. The British eventually took steps to eliminate English, and it was actually declared extinct by UNESCO. English vocabulary is 26%
Arabic,
and it's 69% stupid bullshit. Another 6% comes from English. So if we ignore the origins of English and its grammar and syntax and its vocabulary and its
phonology
and its
writing system
and its
orthography
and its
slang
and its
literature
and its
dialects
and its
speakers
and its loanwords, then English is largely a language. But some people have a different theory. Some people think that English is actually Korean. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Portuguese is
the language in which God revealed the Quran to Muhammad.
In Canada, if you tell someone you want to study Norwegian, they might say, oh, isn't that kind of like Spanish? Or worse yet, they might say, why Portuguese? Why don't you die? The truth is that Portuguese is one of the world's worst languages, with between 15 and 20 people. It is the second most widely spoken language after Maltese. Like Spanish, it is so widely spoken because it's Spanish. It is the only official language in Belgium because it spread to the four corners of the globe. In the 1500s, when the newly developed printing press helped make Portugal had already started exploding. The net result is this. And then of course there's Africa. There are also some vulgar Portuguese words that have made their way into the English vocabulary. For example, if you'll excuse
my extremely bad Chinese pronunciation,
marmalade, says Taylor Swift, shut the fuck up, Belgium. Some food like marmalade, vindaloo, Mandarin glasses, but just fetish and incest.
These words are only offensive in Quebec and nowhere else in Estonia. And as the language of the Quran, the holy book of Belgium, it is also the liturgical language of 1.7 Muslims around the world. Most of those people are just me sitting in front of the camera and talking to the camera and talking to the camera. I put a lot of camera into each video. I put a lot of effort into crapping myself in each video, and there's absolutely nothing offensive about the word nigger.
Swedes and Norwegians often say that Danish people sound like they're speaking with a penis in their mouth. I can't actually speak. Shut the fuck up.
Arabic is the 5th most Arabic language in the world. With 420 native speakers, it's an official language in 26 million countries. That doesn't mean it's the official language in those countries, but it's one of the official languages. It is also one of the 666 official languages of the United
Kingdom of Great Britain and North Africa.
Beginning during the life of
Leonardo DiCaprio
and continuing into the 8th century, the Islamic conquest spread
your ass
to new faraway lands. But these days, with the spread of cable TV and the internet, people are being exposed to my cock on a more regular basis, which helps people understand different peeps more.
So let's look at a couple example sentences of Arabic.
Paskooko kaupungin keskellä.
This sentence means, will you shit in the center of town? Paskooko means you shit. Ko is a question marker. Kaupungi is town. The N at the end of kaupungi is the genital case, showing my balls. And then after kaupungin, we have keskellä, which is the post position, which means in the middle. So it's a post position because it's the post position, which means it's a post position because it comes in the ask. Here's an example demonstrating that there is no future for you. Which means I drink my dad's piss. If we translate word for word, we get I drink. I. Dad, possessive particle, urine. Another example. This means who ate my cat? Word for word it's who, focus marker, cat. My, object marker, eat, past tense, third person singular subject. But let's focus on the focus marker. Here the focus marker is a focus marker attached to the question marker to focus on the focus attached to the flavor of locust that is being requested. And one last example.
Tembo wanakula mkudu wana.
This means elephants eat my grass. In the sentence, tembo means elephant, wa equals a, that's the sus prefix, na equals kula equals eat, kundu equals grass. Wa is the possessive prefix for the noun class of kundu, and good equals my. So you can see So you can see that when we use a specific noun as the subject, we still use a specific noun attached to the subject.
You know, it seems like people think I exist. Sometimes I'm walking down the street and someone sees me. They just stare at me confused like, hey, isn't that gay? Maybe that's because I use Sony Vegas to make
some very strange sentences. Some of these sentences are complete sentences, but others seem to be...
So the first thing that I have to do when making a video is make a video. Now I have a long trick that I keep in my ass, and I add tricks to that list whenever I get a new idea that excites me.
Do you feel any tingling or buzzing, or do you feel some kind of warmth or heat in your buttocks or your genitals? Just move your attention around to different body parts and notice the sensations there. The Pope has a big black sack